I hope so. Can't see. I think so. Hey guys, welcome back to another crypto live stream. Just a quick one. In about 8 minutes, the inflation numbers are going to be revealed, and so I thought, you know what? Let's quickly do a stream to watch those. At least as far as I believe they're going to be happening in a couple minutes here. Let's quickly check again. Yeah, 2:30 p.m. UTC +1, the one I usually look at. So, for anybody that does not know, the inflation numbers in the US are pretty often some very volatile times. And so, 8 more minutes. A lot of people are trading this right now. Again, if you want to trade as well, there's a link down below for Bybit. It's the one I personally use, but you do as you please. Just quickly taking a look at everything here. Setting everything up. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so yet again, I want to get you guys into the loop. The inflation numbers are announced basically every month or so in the US. It kind of depends. In this case here, year over year from December is what they're going to be talking about basically. And obviously throughout the day here, they're going to be talking about jobs. They're going to be talking about what they expect the inflation to be in the next couple of months. And this has to do everything with how, for anybody that does not know, expensive things have become, right? How much the prices have increased. And so every a little bit more than a month, we have the FOMC meeting as well, where they basically discuss how high the interest rate should be to basically combat this inflation or the prices increasing. Whenever we get this number, almost every single month, or at least it's not perfect every month, but it's every month, people are looking at their screen like this, like freaking baboons, and that's exactly what we're doing right now as well. Usually what happens, precursor, dump right before the numbers, pump as the number comes out, and then a dump yet again quickly afterwards. So expect that. But our minds can be blown. All right. So potentially this is already the dump precursor, could be, but it's not that significantly. This is only for Bitcoin. You guys are already talking about DXY, S&P. Volume is low. Quickly confirm, everybody. Is my microphone volume low? Let me check it out. Test. What happened? I'm not sure if this thing was even on or not. Oh, we're seeing a little bit of a pump. I'm not sure if the headphones are even on or should I take them off. I don't know. Also, the light. I'm not. Who cares? Let's just get this going. I can turn it up a little bit for you guys if you want. This better, maybe? Whatever. Let's do this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Well, oh. Okay, you guys are saying that's better. A little bit more gain, I guess, huh? Okay. Very good. Geluid prima. All right, thanks, boys. It's always difficult, man. The sound is never perfect, but I'm happy with this. All right, let's see. Let us see. So again, we're gonna get these inflation numbers in about 5 minutes. Usually dump prior. When was the last inflation numbers that came out? We can quickly check it here. For all of you guys that do not know, always check this website. It is called tradingeconomics.com/calendar. It's the one that's usually the most reliable. So it basically shows you. Let me see if you guys can see it. There we go. It basically shows you in red all the most important times to watch in terms of trading hours, in the trading hours, and in, I guess, nothing. Yeah, it shows you just all these important dates for mostly for Forex traders, but I guess for us in the crypto space as well, this can be rather important every now and then. Again, how much do I trade the claimant count change? Not, but some people do. And these are important announcements that are made, hence the coloring thereof. Everybody, if you're enjoying these daily crypto videos, make sure you press that like button. It is greatly appreciated if you guys do that. We have 4 more minutes. And guys, sorry, I'm also setting some stuff up on the side, just to make sure we're ready for this. And I also bought a new keyboard and mouse. And they're rainbow to match the computer and everything. But I don't know why. Because I don't really care for rainbow stuff. But it also has a little, like a little how do you say this? Like a palm. What it looks like is this. It's like rainbowy. Not sure if you guys can see that. Why? I don't know. I was like, you know what? I don't know. I felt like it. So, yeah, we can check it out here whenever the different dates were given or the different results were given. Last one was given on the 13th of December. The actual number was 7.1, which is a decrease from 7.7 the month therefore or before. Forecast was 8.1 with 7.7. Forecast 7.6. Actual 7.1. Now the forecast is 6.7. We have 1.5 more minutes to go. And most likely I'm expecting it will be lower. And that is often considered bullish. So again, what we're expecting is spike and then a little bit later a dump. But let's see. Because it happens pretty often that we see a little bit of a spike because of the inflation numbers. Let's see. Let us see. Everybody make sure you press that like button. It is greatly appreciated. You're a nerd. I appreciate that, indeed. The fact that I got a, what is it called? A rainbow type of keyboard indeed does deserve me the classification of nerd. I agree, or geek or something like that. I will agree with you, my brother. I will. Let us see. This is a 1 minute chart because... yeah, that's the best we can do, I guess. Clifford says, would be funny if it spikes enough to trigger auto purchase. Okay, guys, let's focus. Okay, this clicking is going to be maybe annoying if I'm recording stuff, huh? Maybe it wasn't a smart idea. Look at the pump. Ooh, but it hasn't come out yet. Okay, they're loading in, guys. They're loading in. I'm watching it here. It's loading in. We're going to watch the numbers rather than the chart. I have two phones open and the iPad. Five points, 6.5, 6.5 following 6.7. Okay, so very much above expectation. Slight dump and massive pump. Okay, whoa, yeah, it should be pretty good. It was lower than expected. 6.5 following a 6.7 forecast. Dumping. This is the world of crypto, everybody. Oh, first a slight dump. Wow, interesting. Always volatile, huh? Let me quickly tweet it out. Holy smokes. Let's see S&P. Let's just go to TradingView, actually. You know what? Let's stay here. I'll open it on the side. Holy smokes. Everybody in the group is screaming. Oh, that's really funny. Look at that. Oh, you guys can't see. But it's funny. Let me just believe me when I say it's funny. Wow. Yeah, the S&P is actually... is it not open yet, right? I think it opens in like an hour, actually. Or no? Am I mistaken? Doesn't it open in like an hour from now, S&P? I believe so. Yeah. 15. Because I have to think time zones always, guys. It's really annoying to me. I think it's 15:30 on the same as this. And this is 14:30, so one more hour. That is peculiar, though, because we honestly expected the dump to be a little bit of a precursor, but then the moment that it came out, more of a pump. Right now, you get yourself a little bit of a discount of Bitcoin, but honestly, not that big a move as usually. It's 2% down or so. Not that big a deal. So again, for anybody that was wondering, the previous number was 7.1, the expected number is 6.7, and the actual number is 6.5. Okay, I need to maybe not use this keyboard. I'm not sure if you guys can hear this. Hey, I see Sam Beckman-Fried is tweeting again, guys. Wait a minute. So one of my friends here, he said this. FTX spent $500,000 on daily flights for their Amazon boxes from Miami to Bahamas because Amazon doesn't deliver in Bahamas. No wonder they went bankrupt. And then Sam Bankman-Fried responds saying, wait, FTX definitely wasn't spending $180 million a year on Amazon delivery costs. I think your units are probably off somewhere there. He actually took that seriously? Who could expect that they would... I thought this was a clear and easy joke. Sam is actually responding like, wait a minute. That definitely wasn't happening. But for anybody that's wondering about the conclusion, it's a pretty great result. However, you might argue this. The fact that the inflation is lower than expected might be that the economy is recovering too well, and thus, literally, it's bad for Bitcoin. Even though it's good for stocks, by definition, it's bad for Bitcoin. However, it's a little bit of a guessing game because it could be vice versa logically as well. If you guys understand my drift, like, if the inflation is very high, that is literally very good for Bitcoin. That's the most bullish thing you can have because that's what Bitcoin was kind of there for. On the opposite side, the worse the inflation, the worse that stocks do. And we've seen as well that all those take down Bitcoin with it because the correlation was pretty high. Even though right now, I don't think the correlation is as high as it has been. This is good news for our economy, which in turn is then potentially bad news for Bitcoin. Even though we did expect it to take it up in a bullish manner. That was most logical. Bitcoin is still hovering above $18,000 though, slight dip. I do believe... We'll have to actually see, because I wanted to say, again, I still believe in the massive volatility dip pump, but let's quickly see here. I guess right now we're getting ourselves a little additional chance to buy some cheap coins, even though it's not really down that much. And again, I still believe it is just a dump before the bigger pump, because it doesn't really seem logical for it to really fall down when all this news has been bullish and the recovery is looking better, except for this macro theory of no, Bitcoin is there to... basically be bought when heavy inflation is there. However, that isn't really what happens most of the time, right? We have not really seen most of the time that people are buying Bitcoin massively because of inflation. It's more of the actual theory. Let me know in the chat box, guys. What cryptos are you buying right now? What altcoins are you buying? What altcoins are you going for? I can see Arsenio says in the chat box, Flare, XRP, and XLM. I actually bought a lot of Quant, QNT, Ethereum, and XRP over the last day. That's my main purchase of the last 24 hours. I think I also bought some HBAR a couple hours before that. And I just try to buy a lot of that top list that I have, that I've shared with you guys multiple times. I just try to always keep buying those same cryptos that I believe are going to be awesome over the next couple of months. Auburn Mix says all in XRP. Clifford says Zilliqa, SafeMoon, SHIB. And Sean says Casper, HBAR, and XRP. Clifford, are you really buying SafeMoon, my brother? Just looking out for you here. You sure about that one, Chief? Okay, we're getting ourselves the recovery in terms of Bitcoin price. Huh. Yeah, we're pumping back up a little bit. Respect the pump. Okay, as of this point, our expectation has been met with a dump pump and then a bigger dump afterwards. But hey, we'll have to see if that actually continues on. Again, it's really hard. And this is why trading this specific announcement is always a little bit of a risky endeavor. It's because, well, there's an argument to make for both sides. And it's just massive volatility. But which side's going to go is like a... Again, there's massive money behind these moves every single time. We don't even have the volume open, but you can guess there's just massive amounts of money on the line right here. People are going crazy on this. Yep, using money from reflections for all buy orders to with SafeMoon. M. Grimes says it was a liquidity grab for the inside players. At the end of the day, it's kind of funny. Just thinking about it. If you only knew it, like, let's say 30 seconds earlier than the rest. I kind of sometimes wonder if, I don't even have to wonder. I guess I know for sure, right? That some of these guys just know what's going to happen. They just know. They have to know, right? And they're making so much money off of this stuff. They just have to know. They just have to, right? There's no way they don't know anything. There ain't no way. Ain't no way. Nah. What was the total change in CPI over the year? Let's actually see. I don't know. I do not know. I guess all we can check is if we look at January 2022, it was 7.5, and then December it ended at 6.5. So I guess that's your answer for you. It went down about 1%. Let's refresh this. Yeah. So about 1% down is the easiest answer. Throughout 2022. From 7.5 all the way up to 9.1 in the middle, all the way down to 6.5. And everybody, where are you all watching from? I always ask that at the start of the stream, but I forgot here, I guess. Also, guys, anybody here, any XRP holders in the chat? I'm going to cover this a little bit later. Matt, the ex-Ripple developer, is going crazy on the the XRP buyback situation yet again. I'm going to talk. It's a long thread, but we'll talk about it later. I'm going to check it out later. I didn't check it out yet. I don't want to waste a lot of people's time that don't care about this XRP stuff. But that is interesting. As well, guys, I still have Bitcoin charts open from 17.4 thousand. I have to refresh right now to accommodate the 18.2 or 18.1 thousand dollars that it is right now. That is so strange to watch as well. I've been buying Bitcoin like such a madman, and XRP and Ethereum, just my little list of things. And it's funny that okay, let me actually give you guys a little lesson. So this is for anybody that's watching me on the daily. Little lesson, little life lesson potentially, but I don't want to call it that. It's a investment lesson. Although it's not a financial advice, it is my thoughts shared with you. So what I always have, right, is I have a crypto stash. And a lot of my friends, some of these guys, you have to understand, if you're in the crypto space and you're only surrounded by crypto people, there's a lot of billionaires in here. And there's a lot of people with just, let's say, $800 million, $600 million, $750 million to their name. And these people often have such a different situation in terms of, how do you call it? How their investments are, because most of these guys, and same for me, I guess, are angel investors, so you invest in a lot of different things. But the most important thing I learned throughout the last couple of years, especially from these very high net worth individuals, is always keep some cash around for whatever situation might come your way. Either you want to invest in a new company, new crypto, whatever. Now, I always took this to a little bit of the extreme, and I still kind of stand by that, to keep a very good chunk of money in liquid form, just to be able to buy anything that you might want to buy at that moment. Because I'm not sure if you guys know, but I have some watches, and one of my watches I bought for in Bitcoin years ago, and that was actually a really interesting choice, because if you look at it now, the watch was, let's say, 20 times more expensive than it was at the moment I bought it, because of the Bitcoin value, if you guys understand my drift. So the watch, let's say, has the same value, a little bit more maybe, but the Bitcoin value right now is 20 times higher than it would have been back then. Regret, I don't have that, but it's not the best decision I could have made. However, regarding that, what I learned is I'd rather never sell any crypto for any sort of investment or purchase. I'd rather only use stablecoin. And that's why I need to have a little side pocket for it. But I took that to the extreme. And now crypto's gone down on average. Let's check this out again. Crypto's gone down. I still have it open, I hope. Yeah. You can see percentage-wise, so ridiculously much, 75%. Any dollar that I put in right now, I think is going to, for Bitcoin, 4x, for example, as an easy measurement. But for XRP, going to 10x, again, to get to its all-time high. It's just a slight little example. Cardano going to 10x, 10x, 10x for a lot of these different cryptos. So me just sitting on it right now might be too much of a waste, because I'd rather, I think, have that it goes down a little bit more. I think it could still go down, let's say, 50%. It could. If we get massive recession vibes in the traditional markets, it might go down another 50%. It might go down 75%. It's possible. But the upside is so much greater than the downside. It might just be worth it to put a lot of this liquidity into these cryptos for in case it goes back up. Because the way I see it is, the dollars I'll make more of. But to actually get more coins, right now is the best time for it. And so about, I think, when was it now? But then I made the video, Get Rich with Crypto. I think it was January 1st or so. Yeah, I think so. That's when I set off the if you look at my crypto portfolio, basically, one of my good friends, Thomas Krallo, another trader, he said never keep more than 50% of your funds in crypto. I don't obey by that rule. I keep much more in crypto because I don't really care. Because also most of my crypto business, or most of my businesses, have to do with crypto. I'm mostly invested in it. It's my life. So, I appreciate it the most. I digress. I thought about it, and then I'm like, you know what? It's just not my style. I'd rather just keep earning money in fiat, which I know is going to continue on, regardless of what I invest right now, and keep that in fiat then, so then not invest anymore. But so at least I don't have regrets, basically, in the next couple of months by not investing right now. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. So January 1st or January 2nd, I don't know when I made that video exactly. I just went to some of my ledgers, took a lot of the USDT or USDC out, and just started converting. And right now I still have a couple of wallets, like MetaMask, that are having some USDC or some USDT, because I was like, let's still keep this in a form where I can quickly change it over, but wait to see what Ethereum does. And it's kind of been a mistake, because my massive purchase of the majority of what I wanted to buy, so that was a lot of money, was on $1,200 per Ethereum, which was a week ago, maximum, I think, like a week and a half ago. Right now, again, because me waiting it out, well, I've earned more money. So I could actually transfer more. Yesterday, I transferred another little batch. It's $1,350 or so. It's already $1,400 per Ethereum. So me waiting, it's actually not really working out for me, if you guys understand my drift. And this is, again, why my decision was such a strong one, and why I'll just keep listening to that little voice of just buy more crypto and just keep earning more fiat money, and then keep it in fiat if you want to, but buy more whenever there's a low price and you feel like you should, if you guys understand my drift. Yeah. It's just, I'd rather lose money on buying at these low prices and the price going lower than not buying at all and having regrets. So I have always got a stash left for if Ethereum actually ends up going to $400, which some of the whales are expecting. But I'd rather just buy $1,200 or $1,400 right now, buy a good chunk, and then it goes down a little bit further, okay? But at least I got myself stacked up. And what I do is I have, indeed, a little bit of a nerd maybe. I always want to get to these like round numbers. So for Ethereum, for example, pick a number. You want to get to 1,000 Ethereum, for example. For Bitcoin, you want to get to 100 Bitcoin, for example. Pick a number. For XRP, you want to get to 10 million XRP or anything, or maybe 1,000 XRP, whatever your number would be. Just these round little number. And a little side note for the people that are, anybody in here with a little bit more money, don't ever keep everything on one ledger. Always spread it out. I have so many ledgers you guys don't even know. I didn't even get them sponsored. I had a talk with them to get it, but they're a little bit slow with things. So I just bought them all a while ago, like 4 years ago. I bought, I think, like 25 or so, also to give out and just for giveaway stuff and for fun. But I still have like maybe 16 or 17 left, or maybe 15 left. And I just split it over 6 or 7. And every time I have a new purpose, a new idea in mind, or a new country in mind where I want to store it, maybe, you just grab a new one. It's because you never want to keep all your eggs in one basket. The biggest thing financially that ever wrecked me was Luna with the UST. And it taught me one very important lesson. Yeah, don't keep all your eggs in one basket, and don't trust one place too much. You might just think, oh, but this ledger's what if something doesn't happen? Yeah, but what if something does happen to it? What if? Yeah, but it's not, because I backed it. What if? What if? Schmackulin, what if? No. Don't keep it in one basket. And the same thing goes for not just only buying one crypto. What if XRP ends up being a security? Oh yeah, but the way it's looking like it's not going to happen. And if they will recover. What if? Won't be good for the price. So don't keep all your money in XRP. My personal suggestion. Oh, don't keep all your money in Bitcoin. What if Satoshi wakes up? Well, the only thing with Bitcoin is if Satoshi does end up waking up his wallet, the entire crypto market will crash severely anyway. And so whatever you were holding, it's going to crash. So that's like an iffy-wiffy. But if the bull market does come back, Bitcoin will not be your best contender. It won't perform the best. You will not make as much money with Bitcoin as any other altcoin, basically. So for that reason, it's not the best thing to do either. So what then is smart to hold? I just personally think a little diversified portfolio, just of different cryptos that have some longevity, but also maybe a little bit of gain potential for some crazy markets. Yeah, I think that's best. This is a 1 minute chart, by the way. This charting makes no sense. It has no purpose, because you can see. It's just for fun to see that we are indeed climbing over a little bit again. Things are picking themselves up for the Bitcoin price over the 1 minute. This is again when our inflation numbers came out. We saw a massive dump with a slight pump, a little bit of a little W potentially head and shoulders forming here. Could actually happen as well if we do end up going down yet again. guess there's a couple other things we could form in that. Let's see. Let's see if this continues on. Can you transfer from one ledger to another? That's an interesting question. You should ask yourself this. Can you transfer money out of your ledger? Is the answer yes? Well, then you can also transfer it from a ledger to a ledger. Is it simple to do? That I do not know, actually. I don't ever use that, so I don't know. I'm assuming it's the same as just transferring your money out of a ledger to traditional manner. There's no ledger-to-ledger feature like with Binance or so. Apes throwing feces coins at each other is how this ends. Is how what ends? Is how what ends. Don't keep your eggs in one basket, says it's now or never. I agree. So do you keep your stable coins on a cold storage wallet? Well, again, it depends a little bit. Does it have to be liquid? Do you want to transfer it soon? So, for example, if your goal is to grab those... Hey, we're pumping, by the way. We're pumping, guys! Let's go! If your goal is to have it liquid and potentially just transfer, and make more money off of it, then I would say no, just keep it in a MetaMask or so. You can actually swap it from your ledger itself, but it's very expensive. Or you have to use 1 inch, but that might be a little bit glitchy if you have older ledgers. But if you use 1 inch, it's still relatively cheap. It's possible to keep it on there and just transfer it. But usually I keep, like, I just have one ledger close, for example. So if you, for example, go where you can't store it with the proper storage procedures, if you want to, for example, keep it in your home, I always warn against that. Don't keep ledgers in your home. It's not the best idea. If you have a bank, how do you call it? Bank safety deposit box, that might be your best bet. The only thing is, they might ever eventually do like a bank heist. And you might look at a movie of a bank heist and think, oh, that's really cool. But the moment that your stuff gets snatched from a bank, I don't think it's that funny, right? I'm just thinking out loud here. So also would not necessarily recommend that. It's one of the safest places though, right? If it's in one of the safer areas in the world. I'm not sure how good bank deposit boxes are in different countries. I have not asked around in Indonesia like you're talking about here, how your bank deposit boxes work there. I'm assuming it's completely fine. But just keep it in a proper place, because the moment that somebody has your little thing, they can't necessarily do too much. They have to crack it. But if you also have your device somewhere and your code somewhere in the same box or whatever, yeah, then they can steal all your money. Or vice versa. If they just have you and the device, they might make you spit out the codes, for example. You say, I don't know, well, that might, it's not a nice situation to be in. So I'd rather just put it in a really safe place. Just put it in a really safe place. Nano S can't be hacked like the Nano X can be hacked via Bluetooth. I don't know about how a Nano X could be hacked via Bluetooth even. Possible, maybe, but I've never heard of it before, so I don't know. And also, these are really big doom scenarios. This is, again, how this would work is somebody breaks into your home, they find this very small little device, and they find the code for it. Because you're saying it's being hacked. Well, then again, that is only if they get to the device first. And this is understanding that these burglars is the right name, know that you're a crypto guy. Otherwise, if they go into your house, most likely it's random. If it's not, then okay, why? Because, let's say going to your house is random. They're not going to be looking for that device. They're going to be looking for maybe cash or some quick valuables. If they find the device, what are the chances that they also know exactly how to take your money off of it? Because if it's a Ledger Nano X or S, they must have this knowledge, which is very rare. And then also they have to be quick enough where you don't have the chance to notice that they've stolen your thing, so you can just transfer your own money out. You guys understand my drift? It's all very coincidental. It's in reality not going to happen that often. Unless, again, they're coming for your crypto, in which case I don't have much to say. I don't know about that. In my case here, I wouldn't know any of my codes. If anybody ever pressured me, I'm like, well, you can, same for MetaMask, right? They often say don't keep crypto on your phone. I have no crypto on my phone except for one MetaMask wallet with a couple $100 or so. Somebody's going to ask me the password. I'm going to be like, bro, I literally do not know. I set this up, I don't know, at some point, let's say 4 years ago or so. Now, I don't know. It's not been that long. Years ago on my phone, forgot the password. I have the code somewhere, but it's a couple $100. I've never looked for them yet. So that's the worst case. I never keep crypto on my phone. There's a couple things I should just keep telling you guys. Never keep crypto on your phone if you can go against it, unless you have no computer and no anything. But then keep the phone at home, But if you don't have two phones, I guess, or anything like that, just be careful. But I understand as well that some people don't have access to a computer and can't just keep it on there. And a paper wallet is also not the best thing for people that don't have the most secure home. So from that perspective, phone is fine. But then it might honestly be better to just go for something like an exchange. Hey, Bitcoin is pumping on. 18,250 almost. Nano, let's see. They'll think it's a thumb drive garbage. Yeah, I think so. Most people will think that. Okay, M. Grimes, maybe, oh. Mr. Da Vinci says, I still call it a thumb drive, and I have been here for 5 years. Fair enough. I mean, it does look like one, right? Ergo says, they would need device password and also the 24 words. I mean, theoretically speaking, they mightn't be able to know how to hack it. I've never heard that before, but it might be possible. On the opposite side, I'm thinking, well, if that was a thing, if they could really do that, wouldn't that be a much more sold service? If I go to crypto conventions, you always see these guys that are like crypto recovery people. They always have like a booth for that, but I honestly don't know exactly how they go about it. And again, they might be able to really get your money out of there if they have enough time. But that means that they can't do it in like a couple hours, right? So yeah, you always have time to transfer your money back out. Have the CPI numbers came out yet? Yes, they have, my brother. They've been 6.5. 6.5 is the new number, U.S. inflation. Oh, I just see now that you guys were all chatting as to where you were from. We have Drew, CEO from Florida, Eric from Norway, Abramix from Ukraine, Arsino from California, Befe, Fury from Malaysia, Clifford from Ohio. What other place? Clifford, with your story just now, buying Safe Moon. Hey, all power to you, my brother. Alchemist from the Public Toilet, very nice. X Factor, California. Sean from Pennsylvania. James from Siberia. Whoa, that's the first time I see Siberia. Nico from Cape Town, what's up? John from Indiana. Grimes from the hills of Kentucky, the U.S. We have Daniel IGXRP. David from Albania. What's up, guys? Denny IG from Georgia, U.S. I see. Well, welcome, everybody. I always appreciate you guys for stopping by. You guys are all amazing. You have to understand that, To have you guys in the chat box is always a pleasure. It's always really nice to see. And today's been a pretty eventful day. Bitcoin pump it, though, guys. Pump it up. Pump it up. You got to pump it up. Is XRP pump it? Let's see. I don't think so. I don't think XRP is doing too well. Is it? Oh, okay. I guess it's following the same path as Bitcoin. Had a slight heftier downfall here, I'm assuming. Percentage-wise. No, it's similar. 2.6%. And it's already up 3.5% throughout the last, 25 minutes. First time you bought crypto? 10 years ago. Which sounds crazy to me now. And you know what the thing is, guys? People often say, oh, because I started this crypto YouTube channel in 2016. And you know what the fun fact is? When I made the channel, I was like, oh, damn, I'm so late to the party. But then all the YouTubers that I was watching in 2016, none of them, except for one maybe, are here anymore. So in 2017, I was watching a lot of YouTubers as well. One of those guys is like an Austrian guy. What's his name? I think Austrian or Swiss guy. What is his name? Do you guys know an Austrian or what is his name? Whatever. That was like an Austrian guy or so that I used to watch as well a long time ago. He speaks German. German crypto channel. Whatever. Let's see. Sunny Decree. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was one guy I used to watch as well, a little bit. Not too much, but he was around at the time. I think that was 2017 or so that he made his account. Or at least started making videos. It's this guy. He quit for some reason to do mostly the German one, and now he's sometimes in and out. A year ago, he quit for some reason. Not so sure exactly why he was doing so well, but hey, we now have similar subscribers, I see. Very interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, a lot of people have also come and gone over time. A lot of guys. Like there was also this guy. I think he joined later as well, but he was really, really big, Crypto Daily. All of a sudden just quit a year ago. A lot of guys quit when the bear market came around, and these guys, they will come back, but you know, it's the fun thing. People were too overzealous in a crypto bull market. They're like, oh, things are going to continue on forever. You see, this is, for example, a year ago, you are here. And then when things go bad, well, what are you going to talk about, right? It's not as exciting. It's not as fun. There's a lot of other people, though, that have done things akin. Also, Twitter people, crypto Twitter people. A lot of guys have just made, for example, let's pick a number, $10 million in the crypto bull market. Now they're out. They're done. Yeah, a lot of things have changed. And regarding Flare, by the way, again, Flare, it's performing. It's doing okay. I was not the biggest Flare bull. I already said to you guys, I'm not that excited about it. It's not really my cup of tea. I think, again, the airdrop was kind of garbage as well. And the way they did a lot of this stuff was also garbage. But I think it can still make a lot of money for people. And I'm not against it in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying I was not the biggest fan of Flare from the get-go. And I'm still not the biggest fan of Flare, even though it might be very useful. Drew says, I can get Flare on Uphold and put it on my ledger, right? I don't know if you can already put Flare on your ledger. I'm assuming it will be accepted, yes. I guess you could always put it on. You know, whether or not it will still be... No, I think it's going to be fine. I'm not sure if it's a smart idea. You know, maybe the price is going to change a lot. What does the distribution look like again? We have 15% at the start and then 85% over 2 years, or how long? I don't remember exactly. But don't ask me about the Flare for your ledger. I don't know. Just check it out for yourself. I'm not even sure exactly. I don't know enough about Flare, guys. Honestly, don't talk to me about Flare. I don't know enough about it. It's still 4 cents. It's actually pretty decent. That's very decent. I said to you guys, as long as Flare is above 0.005 or so, it's actually extremely profitable. And, well, it being 4 cents is like, you just got 10% of your XRP stash for absolutely free as of this point. Because basically, whatever XRP amount you had, you are going to get in Flare back, right? If I remember correctly. And so right now, there should be 15 billion Flare out. Or a little bit less. But, okay, the reason, by the way, one of the main reasons I didn't like Flare is because of the distribution. It might have changed. It might have changed. But what I didn't like is, I personally thought Flare was just a quick, or not a quick, but a big money grab. A lot of you guys are saying, no, it's a really good fundamental-wise, blah, 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 blah. Sure. But at least as far as I saw when the tokenomics were announced, as a investor, I don't think it's that good an idea. But things might change. As of this point, I'm against them. I'm not excited about it. I don't like them too much. But things might change. Who knows? I'll always be honest with you guys. Criddle says, I sold Flare IOU at 50 cents before airdrop. Yeah, that was very smart. Graham says, I wish I had 10K to buy Flare. Coinbase, like all the free Flare, they are stealing from their users. I guess, I'm not so sure if those guys are going to burn that or what. I guess Coinbase, if they never touch it, it doesn't matter though, right? It's just annoying for the users, but it doesn't inflate us with Coinbase's token. I guess it's just kind of lost out there. G says, yep, I've bought most of my XRP for around 30 cents. The most I've ever spent on it is around 70 cents, but overall, I have no regrets. That's also another thing people need to understand. Get your average price as low as possible. The main reason I don't buy a lot of Cardano is because my main buys were 2-3 cents. If I buy right now, it just feels like I'm forced, man. It doesn't feel right, even though it's not that bad, 30 cents, 40 cents. But I've stacked up on Cardano enough at cheap prices that I don't need to buy much more. I'd rather buy myself a little bit into newer altcoins and stuff that have a little bit more gain potential, potentially. Even though Cardano still has a 10x to come to get to all-time high, so it's still worth it, I think. But David Schwartz has some interesting tweets on Flare. I did see something about it earlier, but I'm gonna check it out, guys. Bitcoin is still pumping, but I think that was it for today's video. Live stream. I mean, we still have a video coming up on XRP a little bit later, and potentially a little bit on the Bitcoin price. Again, guys, I'll just say it right now. If you're still looking for a place to trade, there's always a link to see if you guys can check it out right here. Hey, guys. there's always some links to the exchanges that I personally use down below. Like, for example, Bybit. I believe right now you get up to $30,000 worth of bonuses. Just check it out for yourself. You might even want to check out BitGet, another exchange that I personally use. Get yourself a ledger. Link is down below as well. And make sure you join our groups like the Telegram or whatnot. Just check it out. And also, very important. I don't say this enough, I notice. I don't say it enough. Get yourself a VPN. No excuses. It's $2, $3, whatever, dollars per month. It's worth it, though. You don't want to get freaking, I guess, exposed. Let's put it like that. Get yourself a VPN. There's also a link down below. Right there. I'm not sure if there's a link down below in the live stream, but it's under any of my videos. Just get yourself one. It doesn't matter which one. I don't care which one you get. I personally use Nord. You choose whatever VPN you want to use. But get one. It's worth it. You know, you shouldn't compromise on safety. That's all I'm going to say about that one. And I'll see you guys again in another video or live stream or whatever later. That was it for today, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. See you guys later. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and saying hi.